Vietnam vet be like, without a sergeant, without any backup, without any other soldiers, nobody but a Vietnam vet in Vietnam, when he came home, how would he be? And that's me. I had to go through all that street, war, everything, the same drugs that everybody else get turned out on. You know, where I would have been stopped short, I made it past. And here's where I am. But because I made it past, I missed some lessons, you know what I'm saying? And you can see the lessons that I missed when you talk to me. You can see where I haven't had a father when you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You can see where I spent a lot of my time in the streets when you talk to me. Because the words that I say are not words that come from a mother's mouth or a father's mouth. It's words that comes from a pimp's mouth or a prostitute or a hustler or a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? But to me, these were my role models.
Dark brown shades of my skin only add color to my tears. Oh, that splash against my hollow bones that rocks my soul. Looking back over my false dreams that I once knew, wondering why my dreams never came true. Is it because I'm black? Somebody tell me, what can I do? Oh Lord, oh, something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? Yeah. In this world of no pity, I was raised in the ghettos of the city. Yeah. Oh Lord. Mama, she worked so hard to earn every penny, yeah, yeah. Oh Lord, something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? Like a child stealing his first piece of candy and got caught, peeping around life's corner somewhere, I got lost. Oh, something is holding me back. I wonder, is it because I'm black? Oh, somebody tell me, what can I do? Will I survive or will I die? Oh, you keep on holding me back. Keep on holding on. Keep on picking on me. Oh, keep on holding me back. Keep on holding on. Keep on holding on. You're holding me back. I wonder why you do me like that. But you keep on holding me back. Keep on putting your foot on me. But I've got to break away somehow and someday. 'Cause I want to be somebody so bad, so bad. I want to be somebody. I want to be somebody so bad. You see, I want diamond rings and things like you do. And I want to drive Cadillac cars. Oh, I want to be somebody so bad. But you keep on putting your foot on me. And I believe I can break away and be somebody somehow, in some way. You see, I heard somebody say one time, you can make it if you try. Oh, and some of us, we're trying so hard. We're trying so hard. I want you to know that I don't speak for myself, but I speak for y'all too right now. You see, if you're half white, light brown skin, and a high yellow, you're still black. So we all got to stick together right now. This I want to say to you, my sisters and my brothers. Right on, sister. Right on, brother. Dig this. If we keep on pushing, y'all, oh, we got to make it a little bit further. We got to make it a little further. All we got to do is try. And some of us, we're trying so hard. We're trying so hard. We're trying so hard. We're trying so hard to be somebody. We're trying so hard, although they're holding us back. And it stands to reason that they're doing us like that. You know what? It is. I believe it's because we're black. But hey, we can't stop now. We can't stop now. We got to keep on, keeping on. We got to keep on, keeping on. I know that you know that I know it ain't right. Oh, it ain't right. It ain't right that they hold us back. They're holding us back. They're holding us back. I wonder, sometimes I sit down and I wonder. I sit down and I think about it. Sometimes it makes me so mad. It makes me so
mad. Yo. Go Deep, episode 68. I think it's 68. Yes, Go Deep, episode 68. Today we are going to talk about, oh man, if you see the intro, you probably see it. We still on that African American shit. We still on that. We still on Cyborg, because that's what he represents. But today I got an interview with my homie, African American that's actually doing big things out here. My dog doing work. My dog is doing work. I got an interview with Darryl Capleton coming up. Oh, it's gonna be a nice interview. We trying to do a few things, like trying to do some mentoring and trying to do some sports related mentoring for these boys in the hood. But you'll hear more about that after the break. So first and foremost, we gotta listen to some music. Then we'll be right back. Peace.
Shit, tired of getting shot at, tired of getting chased by the police and arrested. Niggas need a spot where we can kick it, a spot where we belong, that's just for us. Niggas ain't gotta get all dressed up and be Hollywood. You know what I mean? Where do niggas go when we die? Ain't no heaven for a thug nigga. That's why we go to Thug Mansion. That's the only place where thugs getting free and you gotta be a G. At Thug Mansion. A place to spend my quiet nights. time to unwind, so much pressure in this life of mine. I cried times I once contemplated suicide and would've tried, but when I held that knife, all I could see was my mama's eyes. No one knows my struggle, they struggle, they only see the trouble. Not knowing it's hard to carry on when no one loves you. Picture me inside the misery of poverty. No man alive has ever witnessed struggles I survived. Praying hard for better days, promise to hold on. Me and my dogs ain't have a choice but to roll on. We found a finally spot to kick it, where we could drink liquor and no one bickers over trick shit. A spot where we could smoke in peace. And even though we G's, we still visualize places that we can roll in peace. And in my mind's eye, I see this place the players going past. I got a spot for us all, so we can ball at Thugs Mansion. Survive all the fights in the darkness, trouble sparks. They tell me home is where the heart is, dear departed. I shed tattooed tears and couldn't sleep good for multiple years. Witness peers catch gunshots, nobody cares. Seen the politicians ban us. They'd rather see us locked in chains. Please explain why they can't stand us. Is there a way for me to change? Or am I just a victim of things I did to maintain? I need a place to rest my head with a little bit of homeboys that remain. Cause all the rest in. Is there a spot for us to roll? If you find it, I'll be right behind you. Show me and I'll go. How can I be peaceful? I'm coming from the bottom, watch my daddy scream peace while the other man shot him. I need a house that's full of love when I need to escape the deadly places slinging drugs and Thugs Mansion. Your baby boys doing good. Tell the homies I'm in heaven and they ain't got hoods. Seen a show with Marvin Gaye last night. It had me shook, drippin' peppermint schnapps with Jackie Wilson and Sam Cooke. Then some lady named Billie Holiday sang, sitting there kicking it with Malcolm to the day came. Little Natasha show grown, tell the lady in the liquor store that she's forgiven. So come home, maybe in time you understand. Only God can save us. When Miles Davis cut loose with the band, just think all the people that you knew in the past that passed on. They in heaven found peace that lasts. Picture a place that they exist together. There has to be a place better than this in heaven. So right before I sleep, dear God, what I'm asking. Remember this face, save me a place in Thugs Mansion. here, nigga. I am D, you must play this. I am D, word up. Yeah, you know, infamous Small D. It's real. Check it out, though. Respect the I am D. Fresh out the car in the R-A-double-P. E-R-P-E-double. When I speak, it gets real. Flakes try to tell me, yo, done, nah, chill. You can't come out wildin' out like that. Rhyme so vivid, then I see what you saying. But you gotta understand how I feel. The pain and the hardship it took to build. Years of frustration, some got killed. Others fell victim to the gates of steel. Most try to instill sanity still. Stuck on this rock where we don't belong. I wanna go home, not sing this song. But I'm forced to perform speech napalm. Calm, surrounded by all types of harm. Dog man, fuck your screw face, I watch hands. Watch your hands, watch your hands. I see that. Watched by snake eyes, peeped the machete skin plenty times. Surrounded by crash dummies and empty minds. Get your shit together done, see between the lines. Stay awoke to the ways of the wickedest kind. Infamous, cause of the way I write rhymes. Plus my story's more foul than your newborn eating swine. Catch a seat, it's about to get deep. Like squeezing fluoride on your brush for your teeth. Or taking your seat to get shots every week. We need to pay more attention to our surroundings. Busy wilding, all for the wrong cause. Put that same strength into something that'll pay off. Don't forget your soul's involved. That same energy you put out comes right back and revolves. I'll smash you, done only if I have to. I would hate to, but I'll be more than glad to. The positive and negative war has now begun. P helps you separate both the sides. Let the truth arise. Black devil, don't hide. You can't hide from me. You might from the others. I've been employed to pull your ass out from the covers. You walk like you got hooves and talk like you're supposed to. Tricking my brothers into following you. Yo, potential energy is easily made kinetic. I'll turn them all back where they belong. Don't wet it. What said it? Said it, nigga. Fucking fake ass motherfuckers. Take your mask off, nigga. What?
All right. I hope y'all like that shit. That was Tupac, Thug Mansion, Chopped and Screwed. That was Prodigy, Genesis, Chopped and Screwed. Prodigy was a special request from one of my homies in the comment section. Hope you like that shit. So let's get into what we're talking about. So we are talking about the African American male still. We are talking in relation to Cyborg. Last podcast we talked mainly about who is the African American, where we come from, and why are we here, right? We talked about that. And that should help. It should help explain to you some of the issues we've been facing, right? Because if you see how we've been facing these same issues since the beginning of time back in Africa, you'll see why it's still going on today. You'll see that we are a people who they can't let rise. They can't let rise because not only one, do we have a claim of ownership in some of the holy lands or some of the mineral rich, resource rich lands of Africa. We do have claim to that because that's our blood. And we probably also have claim to some of Jerusalem because we are the original lost Hebrews. You can check our DNA. It is what it is. But that should tell you why we're treated like this in America. All right, America's the new world. You know what time it is. You know who owns it. You know who runs it. You know what time it is. And if those same people who own it and run it been owning the rest of the world forever, they never liked us, so they're not gonna start liking us now. You know, it's not gonna happen like that. Like my homie said, we gotta force change. We have to do this shit. And it's not change like Obama change, where he'd be like, oh, you know, blah, 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 but I'm only gonna change the LGBT. No, we gotta change everybody. Everybody that needs some changing, and everybody don't need changing, but a lot of people do, so that's what we're here for. The African-American male, damn, we up against a lot of shit. We up against drugs, guns, police, military industrial complex, everything, prison industrial complex, intelligence agencies, governmental agencies, every fucking thing. You know, welfare in the city, if the woman got welfare, then we couldn't even live in the same house as her. That means we could never have our family, right? A lot of shit is popping like that. We get into the drug game thinking that's the way we make money, but we're actually selling drugs for the government. Not a lot of people know that. Your plugs are the CIA. The CIA's been the one running drugs forever. We can't get to South America and around the world and bring drugs back into our cities. Somebody had to fly that here or drive it on a boat here. It wasn't us. But they use us to sell it. And they lock us up when we don't sell it good enough to their wants. Imagine what you're going through as an African American man. Imagine this shit. A lot of the listeners can't even imagine this shit. And it's hard for me to even tell it. Imagine going to work. You know your boss don't like you. You know your boss really don't even want you around him. But he needs you to work for him. You know? I mean, I can't even tell you the struggles a black man has to get a job. Like me, I used to sell cars, right? I used to, like at 25, I was making good money. As a little kid, I was making good money. And at the same time, I was also selling coke. But fucking, like I didn't even have no guidance to tell me not to sell drugs. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I had what could have been a drug deal gone bad. I was getting something from somebody and it wasn't what I wanted, right? So he was like, all right, I'm gonna take care of you. Meet me back here. Blah, blah, blah. So I met him back there while I'm on the clock selling cars in a shirt and tie with a gun in my jacket, meeting a drug dealer who's trying to set me straight on some shit that I was pissed off at, you know? But I had the gun just in case he got mad at me, just in case. I don't even know if I would have shot the dude while I'm at work. I don't even know, but I was there. This is my first time actually saying that, you know? This is my first time actually telling somebody that story out loud. But what I'm trying to say is, you don't know what situations like that do to your stress level. Like, I went home and just tried to play like it was a normal day with my girlfriend or whatever. I probably flipped out on her. Who knows? Who knows what happened that day? But I know what all that stress, it stemmed from my lunch break when I went to go deal in a drug deal almost gone bad. But what I'm trying to tell you is this shit like this happens every day to black dudes. Every single day. And a lot of it is self-inflicted wounds, but a lot of it is just dealing in the fucking environment that we were given. We didn't make this environment. This environment was made around us, and they just told us to go live in this shit. But as we live in it, we notice more and more that this shit ain't shit. You know, America is the greatest country in the world. I agree. America is awesome compared to some countries without running water or tissue or blah, blah, blah. All this other shit, right? But America got its flaws too. And its flaws is really how they treat black people or people of color. That America really has some skeletons in their closet about that. How they treat Mexicans also. But we focus on Cyborg, so we still talking about black people. So then now you look, Cyborg, he played football. He was a quarterback. Look how symbolic that is. How long in football? For years, for decades, they didn't even want us to play quarterback. They didn't even say we could play quarterback. They said we were too dumb to play quarterback. And then, you can look at it right now, even in the NFL today, they still give the most hell to black quarterbacks. There's only been 1.5 black quarterbacks to ever win the Super Bowl. 1, Doug Williams, 1/2, Russell Wilson. That's crazy. So you telling me we're really good in sports, just we can't play quarterback? No, that's not true. They don't want you to play quarterback. Why? Because there's a system of supremacy that every time a black person starts to do good in a field that a white person is supposed to be good at, like golf, Tiger Woods was good as fuck. All of a sudden, he has the worst luck in human history. Yeah, okay. Barry Bonds, good in baseball. All of a sudden, he approaches these records. He starts to have the worst luck in human history. Oh, okay. Jameis Winston, record-breaking Florida State quarterback in college. Jameis Winston was investigated by the FBI like every single game. Every single game they came to the locker room almost in Florida State and questioned him. Can you imagine being questioned by the FBI every game and going out to win the championship? This is what black people go through, but people don't really, what I said just now, don't even resonate to nobody else except a black person. Because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, whatever. I don't think it's like that. But you don't know because you're not black. You just don't know because you're not black, dog. I'm telling you. And these are small instances that we go through every day. And nobody knows. Nobody knows unless we talk about it. So what I'm doing is trying to talk about it to people. So what my homie is doing is trying to talk about it to kids so he can mentor them through what he knows they're going through. I mean, serious situations. And you look, Cyborg, Cyborg was playing quarterback. His dad wasn't out there. Like shit, what happens all the time. His mom was out there. He won. I don't know if that was a championship. He won the game. Looks like he dove head first and got a touchdown to end the game. It looked like that, but it's just symbolic of so much. The black quarterback is just symbolic of so much. The black athlete is just symbolic of so much. Especially, this is the Justice League, so we're talking about injustices. Look how much the black athlete injustices we had to go through. The only sport we're really allowed to dominate in is basketball. Why? Because it's just an obvious disadvantage in that sport. Every other sport, like we can be the best player. You ever notice, like, so say you have Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady has won 6 championships with the New England Patriots. And about 4 of them, he got an asterisk for cheating on them. Probably all of them, because if you probably really think about Tom Brady being 40, doing that, all that shit around him, because if you really look at Tom Brady's life, there's a lot of drama going on around his football career, including steroids and shit like that. But all of that shit is swept under the rug for Tom Brady because he's white and he's just the greatest dude since sliced bread. And I'm not hating. I like Buffalo Bills, but it is what it is. But Let that be Donovan McNabb with the same issues as Tom Brady. They would murder Donovan McNabb in the media. They would destroy him in the media. Even today in 2019, think about this. Donovan McNabb cannot have Deflategate and erase all his texts and never give the text to Congress, or whoever. He can't do that because he's black. He would be hung. Tom Brady can do it because he's white. That's America. That is America. When we act like it's equal, it's not, and we know that. We know that. You listening to this podcast, you might be talking, I don't know about this black and white shit, but listen, I'm not on that black and white shit either. But I'm telling you shit how it is. This shit is how it is. So then we got Cyborg. All that shit he going through. Lost his mama. Went through his shit. Daddy got killed. All of this shit. Cyborg put on the hoodie and hides pretty much. Why he wearing the hoodie? To black people, the hoodie is universal wear. Universal dress. Not just because Trayvon Martin had it on. We wear hoodies. When it's winter, we call that hoodie season. For a lot of different reasons. My bad for that. That was my homie who I just interviewed. He was anxious to hear the podcast. I said, it ain't out yet, bro. In a minute. But let me get back to what I'm saying. This is just how America is. So Cyborg put on the hoodie. Zack Snyder wrote that in the story. Oh my God. That hoodie just means so much to us. That hoodie is like our best friend. That hoodie, it does everything. I mean, it holds everything you need it to hold, and it hides everything you need it to hide. That's hoodies. That's what Cyborg was rocking, because Zack Snyder understands that's us. That's us. Wonder Woman was trying to find Cyborg. He was he was hiding, he was shy, he didn't want to be involved in nothing. Even though his strength, he knew what was inside him, he just didn't want to be involved. That's us. Why don't we want to be involved? Because we know somebody gonna fuck us. We know that. Before we get involved in anything, we know we're about to get fucked. Whether it's relationships with girls, whether not fucked sexually, we're about to get screwed. Like, shit's gonna go bad at any moment, because it's so easy first to blame the black man for everything. So the girls just go talk shit when they know they doing wrong. The police just go talk shit when they know they doing wrong. The system talk shit about us when they know the system is wrong. You know, there's so many black people falsely incarcerated. There's so many black people, you know. Let's just talk about the history of America. Look at Emmett Till. Right? He looked at a white lady. They said he whistled at a white lady. Who knows whether he whistled or he just looked at her. But that caused somebody to drag him behind a truck and kill him. And there's a million stories like that. But it's the respect level for us is not there. That's why somebody can do some shit like that. Because the whole country was never built to respect us. So that's what we're doing. And that's what Cyborg is meant to. He's gonna awaken to be who we're trying to be right now, because we have to awaken to be that guy. A lot of our role models are in prison just because they're role models. You know, a lot of our role models are in prison. I mean, Tookie Williams got murdered. You know, Tookie Williams got murdered by Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, and Tookie Williams was a Crip, but, you know, at that time, Crips wasn't what Crips are right now. At that time, Crips was just protecting the neighborhood from the police. And now it turns into where the government uses these gangs to run drugs and guns. We know that. I used to be gang affiliated. I know this. My homie who I'm gonna interview, street affiliated. He know this. That shit ain't for us. The streets ain't for us. It causes us the wickedest fucking mindset. Our mindset from growing up in the streets is the worst. It's the worst with relationships. It's the worst with friendships because, first of all, the trust level is low. Second of all, the respect level is even lower. You know, so then the disrespect happens and we can't handle it. We handle it like we only know how to. Violence. So we got to break out of that. So maybe that's what this interview is going to do. Maybe what this interview is going to do is try to help us break out, because we got two dudes right here talking that has been through a lot. We've been, me and my homeboy, in some 6 degree of separation has been connected since, like I say, since 2nd grade or 1st grade. I don't even remember, but it was a while. But that's my homie. So let's get into this interview. And maybe after the interview, I'll put another video or 2 in there so we can kind of fully get what Cyborg is dealing with. Not just dealing with he's a half robot, half cyborg. And for the people listening to this, this is a film podcast. So if I'm talking about Cyborg and you like, dang, I just come to listen about Darryl. Who is this Cyborg dude? No, Cyborg is a character on the Justice League what my podcast is pretty much about. So we're going to intertwine all of this shit with characters on the Justice League because that's the hardest shit out right now. All right? So last week was Cyborg, African Americans, and me. This one is continued to that, pretty much Cyborg, African Americans, and us. Us now, me and my homie, about to get in this interview. Be right back. All right. No, test. Say something real quick. See if you test it.
All right.
Perfect. All right, so we got my dog, Darryl Capleton, West Ashley legend in here. Go Deep, episode 68. What's going on, my dog?
I'm all right, man, right here. Taking my time working, man.
Working hard?
Man, extremely hard, man. Working on these streets, man, trying to change some things.
So tell us something about that. What you got going on right now?
Well, I'm working right now with, my organization, the Concrete Rose Foundation. It's a mentoring program where we mentor at-risk youth. Not just at-risk youth, but all youth, really. Trying to bring some change to what's going on. As you know, in our city, man, we got a lot of, gang violence, gun violence, drugs, kids dying at an early age from, just getting involved with the wrong things. We just trying to create some positive stuff.
Right. That's what's up, man. So I think you are the perfect dude to be doing this because, like I said, I've known you since like 2nd grade or something, dog. I known you've been thugging too, dog.
Yeah, I'm from the same streets that I'm trying to help now.
Right. So tell us something about that. You went through that cycle.
Right.
You made it out that cycle, and I see that. Like, you grew up and now you're doing your thing. But tell us about your early days on the streets.
Oh man, my father was a street cat. You know what I'm saying? My father was a hustler. Grandfather. So I kind of got raised in it. All I wanted to do was hit the streets as a youngster. That was my hero.
Right.
My father. Every time I walked around the hood, everybody, Blank's your daddy, and all I wanted to do was say, I want to be like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to create some positive role models for the young kids, so they don't get to see, people and be like, I want to be like that. I want to create some, people like some doctors and lawyers that come around them, some businessmen, even if you just work a regular 9 to 5, come around them so they can get that image.
Right.
But when I was coming up, the only image I knew was, drug dealing and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So was your daddy in your life growing up?
Nah, not really. It was in and out because he always been in jail a lot, But when he was home, we really, built a relationship more from the streets, That's how we kind of connect. I think I knew he loved me, but he kind of was a street cat. The street cats, they kind of don't know how to father. You know what I'm saying? So the only way he really got to build our relationship when I really got head first in the streets, that's when we kind of got close. because he could have connect with me then.
Relate with you.
Before that, it was like, that's my son, but he barely could even look at me because I could, and but once I start, getting out there, he start, that's my son, but he didn't really know, but he didn't want me to do it, don't get me wrong. But once I already, made that move, he kind of like, man, I guess, we can relate now. So,
Bro. Hey, tell me this. I got this memory, dog. Tell me if I'm tripping or not. This was like 2nd grade, maybe, after school, and you was like, yo, P, you want to come to karate class with me?
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, what? I'm like, karate class? And I think he was like, yeah, my dad coming to pick me up. And my mom had divorced my dad at that time, so we over in Charleston, brand new.
Right.
I was like, damn, this man daddy, I don't even got no daddy out there or something like that, but I don't know who picked us up, but I was in that mood like, damn, this dude cool, but so then I grew up, I think you had broke your leg recently after.
Right around that time,
right around that accident. Right. And then after that, I just remember you was thugging, dog.
Right.
It was like we was little and then thugging.
Right.
And now we here, dog.
Yeah. But that's how it goes, man. Coming up, man. You especially being raised by a single mother, man. That's why I'm trying to help these kids, man, because you got 2 choices sometimes, and it's the responsibility, I believe, of your elders to put those correct choices in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people didn't have some people didn't have both sides. Some people just come outside. I got friends who just come outside and only saw street dudes, only saw hustlers. They only saw that. So when only time they see someone that's doing something positive, probably from a different race.
Right.
That's hard.
Right.
That's hard to make it. When the only thing you see, because it's almost like, that's not for me.
Right.
Yeah, they got it, but that's not for me.
Right.
So we got to create, we got to show, because every, coming out, every black man, I believe, you doing something good, man, you got to show that to these youth. Right. You can't just keep it in your house. You got to come outside, you got to show them, you got to go to these parks, these neighborhood playgrounds, you got to go out there and kick it with them, because a lot of them don't see positive role models that look like them. And that's my goal, man, like just putting, because I know some brothers, who came up like me and changed their life just like me, but I always come and say, come on, man, come to the park with me. Come on out here so these guys can see, what it is, like they can have an image and say, man, I can do that, because everybody ain't playing. Well, 99.9% of people not playing going to the NFL.
Right.
Going to the NBA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't, even though they're in youth sports, but they ain't going to the NFL. 99.9%. So what else they gonna do?
Right.
Once that dream gets shattered at 14, when you see all these kids way better than you, what else you going? What they do?
You right.
They hit the streets.
They hit the streets.
You know what I'm saying? But we gotta give them things that you don't gotta just do that. I got a moving company. You can say, bring a cat in and say, I got a moving company. I do real estate. Now you look at me, I got a podcast. This is what I do. We just got to put that in their face, bro.
Right. So what forced you to do that? What got you in that mindset?
What got me now? I mean, I always been, just like you said, you bring up that story about, hey, me inviting you, a new kid come over.
Yeah.
I always been a person who a people's person.
Right.
I always loved people, wanted to kick it with people, and the more that I got older, it just got bigger, so, and I always feel like a man, especially in our community, man, you got to be able to reach.
Right.
You got to reach as far as you can reach. It's not just about your family and not just about your kids, but how far you can reach. Some people, could just go in the house and say, okay, my kids are good, my wife is good, my family is good, but I can't do that.
Right.
I got to reach. I got to see how far, my story, my love can reach especially the youth, man.
Right.
Especially the youth. I've been coaching youth football, youth sports for years. Even when I was in the streets, I was coaching. Now, but it's a different. It's a difference when you not doing the right thing. Your mindset, like you want to do right, but it's a difference when your life is right and then you coaching them.
Right.
Because if you're trying to coach when things not right, you're gonna be a part of the problem.
Correct.
Even though your heart want to do what's right. but really you were part of the problem.
Correct.
So, once I, got my life together and built my faith, man, and got closer to God, then I was able to see, like, okay, what you was doing, you wanted to do right, your heart was right, but this is the right way to do it.
Right.
All the way legit, all the way right, and then now you're gonna affect them positively. Now the vision that you see for them could come true. See, before I had a vision for the kids I was coaching, but I would derail the vision by my old lifestyle.
Right.
But now that I'm all the way legit, and my life is different. Now when I coach them, I know they got something to look at and say, I want to be like Coach.
Right.
I want to be like Coach D.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me this, dog. Now you legit. Now you living like civilian life.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't in the street.
Mm-hmm.
But check this out. Me and you both know the money better in the streets, right? Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it come with some shit, but it's fast.
It look better.
Right.
I'll say that.
Right.
It look better in the streets.
So do you ever get that urge to go back?
No, not really, because my purpose now keeps me from going back.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? My purpose, how can I go back and let all these kids down?
Correct.
All these kids looking for me to stay positive. Not even just kids, bro. My homies who's still in the streets, they call me all the time, man. You inspire me.
You do, though.
You inspire me, man. When I see you, that make me feel like I can change.
Right.
When I get tough, like I can't go back, man.
Right.
No,
Right.
man. I let them down. No.
Right.
So and I believe that, God put me in this position for a reason, not just for the kids, for my own homies too. Even my father don't barely, he'll be honest, my father's still in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He called me on my birthday and said, man, son, I'm so proud of you. Shit, man, right there, that let me know I ain't going back.
Right.
That's what, even when I got in the street, that's really the only thing I wanted to make him proud.
Right.
So now, he telling me he proud of me now. I know, man.
How you feel about that?
What do you mean?
When he say he proud of you, you feel like you succeeded, or you feel like you still got a lot more to go?
This is what I believe. I got a lot more to go, because that's my earthly father. I'm still got to please my heavenly father. You know what I'm saying? So I'll never be done with that.
Correct.
But my earthly father, yeah, that's good, because as a kid, I believe that every young boy, it's my belief now, every young boy got an urge to make his father proud, even if that father's not in his life.
Correct.
There's something inside of you as a young boy, like, boy, I want to make that man proud.
Correct.
Because my father was in jail, in and out my whole life, but no matter what my mom said, no matter what nobody said about him, all I wanted him to do is say, yeah, son, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you came from me.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted that.
Right.
That's why I did a lot of things. That's how I really got in the streets, really. Just to make him proud.
Just to make him
Word. To be like him. Real tough.
Golly.
And a lot of kids like that inside, even when they don't know their daddy. It's just something in you. I don't know what it was, but that's just what I feel.
Right. Okay.
So imagine the kids that don't have a daddy. I mean, that's a loss. That's a void in them. Like, there's a loss. They don't even know. At least I knew who he was. Even though he was in and out of jail, in and off the streets, in and off drugs, on and off drugs. At least I knew who he was to have that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some kids don't even got no kind of relationship, no knowledge. They just out here just, you know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're exactly right. And I see the growth in you, and now you more like a fatherly type, for not just for the kid, but for like everybody. Now I see you doing it more like in a sports mentoring way, right?
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. And I remember I played on one of y'all's baseball teams. You remember
that?
Right.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, you were my third baseman.
Yeah. So I was like,
shit. Right.
So I remember you do hold it down on that little sports arena.
Yeah,
but
he was my third baseman.
Yeah, you remember that shit, right? Hey,
yeah.
Tell me this though. It looked like y'all niggas was betting on them games, dog. Cause I used to see you be fly, dog, Gucci shoes, walk up, jewelry. I'd be like, what? This nigga on the field like that, boy? But I knew, I said, that boy must be betting, dog. All right, so I'm gonna play a little harder today. Win my dog some money. Right. It's all good though, but
that street life goes, man.
Right.
Gambling, and that's a girl. That's all in the,
That's what it was, though. It used to be fresh on the baseball field. I say, this man must be making some money right now.
Right.
All right, so you taking this with sports.
Sports and mentoring together, you know, because, when we came up, I was young, man, sports was enough to keep a kid off the streets, right?
Right.
Like I got some kids, some guys I grew up with that played ball their whole life. Some homeboys, that from the same neighborhood or close neighborhoods. Like I know Dez and Craig and all them boys. Them boys always been in sports, but them boys never ever kind of ventured into the streets, right? So back then that was enough. Kind of you get your kid in sports, it was kind of enough to help them not go to. But now, when I look at the world, man, and especially our city, it's not enough anymore. These kids going in sports and still hitting the streets. So, like I got kids that I coach, right? That I'm going to their funerals sometimes. And they played, I'm talking these kids were good sports. I mean, good at football, good at basketball. So it's not enough anymore. That right there let me know that, we need to catch up. You know what I'm saying? The world, it used to be, okay, just get them in sports, have a regular youth coach up. No, we got to mentor them. We got to teach them life lessons. We got to be more than just a little volunteer coach. So that's why I'm bringing the mentoring aspect to it. Like mentoring is the main aspect to it. Coaching is like sports is like secondary. But I know that's the bridge to get everybody there. That's the meat. Get everybody there. That's the not the meat. That's the dessert. But mentoring is the meat. Mentoring is the real what we really serving.
Exactly.
But we got the cakes looking like come on.
Get them to the table.
But the meat is the mentor.
How's it working? Is the kids receiving you?
Man, because the kids know me. They know I'm like them. They know, because being that, I'm a realtor, being that I work for myself, my time is flexible. I get to go to the schools. I get to go pull up on them all the time. I ride in the neighborhoods all the time, so they know who I am. I'm invested in them, so they know that. So when they see that, I can actually, tell them, okay, this what. Now, not saying that everything I tell them they listen to, but they got it in them. I'm giving it to them. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me this, because I envision you one day with like a building, like a whole boys club or
that's the
youth
goal,
camp
man.
or some shit like that.
That's the goal, man.
They
that's
can do
the dream.
podcasting in there. We can get computers for them. Still do your music?
No, I don't mess around no more. But I mean, if it comes to a time where we can do something positive with it, I will.
We can help the boys with some music. Get some computers and get them off the streets, dog. And that's what I envision. How far away are you from something like that?
From something like that? That's a good question, P. I wish it would. I wish I could tell you I'm doing it now.
Right.
I can't say how far. I don't know, man. I'm a man of faith, man. I just,
That's what I want to do. I want to help you get that building, dog. And I think I can. And with some of the listeners, I know a few of the listeners can help you also. And I think that's what Charleston need. And like you were saying, we grew up in West Ashley. We kind of a mix of white and black.
Right.
Some of the white boys need it too. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody. You're right. It's kind of like I love being from West Ashley, man, because we got like that. We're very diverse. You know what I'm saying? So I love being like that. We can handle every situation. I love that. That's a good point you made.
That's what's up. So I think. Tell us what can we do to help you? Tell us where you need us at.
Well, to be honest, man, I need the word out. I need the word out what we're doing because my goal is to change recreational sports. Kids' recreational sports. I want to change it. I want to let everybody know that just coming out there and signing your kid up is not enough to just sports. We need mentoring on every level, on the baseball field, basketball court, football field. We need mentoring. We need to combine sports and mentoring. I'm just starting it now. This is kind of the only park in our whole city doing it. But I believe that if I get the right push and the right support, and it works, because like I know it will, it will take off and go from our park and then really to hit it in North Charleston, because they got a crazy killing problem out there. Gang, guns, like they got a problem out there real bad.
So you want to go to North Charleston? You want to go in that gang violence head on?
You gotta hit it head on. You ever heard the expression? Kind of spiritual expression. The devil attacking somebody. So I like to attack him. And this is my way by attacking him. You know,
That's
I'm
what's
coming
up.
in with this mentoring. You trying to take our boys in the streets? I got something for them.
Right.
You know, I got something for them more positive. You trying to show them flashy guns? And I'm gonna show them businmen with money who driving Benzes. Cause I know millionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
that out there.
right.
All I gotta do is get them to come. Man, come on. I know that you know something.
Right,
Come on out
I'll
there and
break about this.
Come on out here and show these boys. You know
Right.
that just because somebody got a gold chain and a pocket full of money, let them know that's nothing really.
Right.
You know, let's show them these real estate investments.
Right.
Let's show them, you know, how you can really take care of your family. You know,
Right,
at an early age too.
Right. Tell me this, dog. How can we get in touch with you? Tell the fans what we can do and how can we get in touch with you real quick.
I mean, if anybody wanna help, support, or wanna come out to the park, you can come out to the park. We're on let me get the address, man.
Which park is it? The
Lindenval Park in West Ashley.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Get the address. But my phone number, you can call me. You know, my phone number is 843-647-8488. That's Darryl Capleton. And then my email is Darryl_Capleton@yahoo.com. You can hit me up on the email.
And don't call him with no bullshit. He's still a gangster. Listen,
No man. Nuh-uh. I put a Bible verse on it. Oh man.
Oh shit. All right. Well, damn. I think we summed it up. I'm gonna put this in a podcast that I'm making. It's gonna be like a little 30-minute interview. We had about 19 minutes right now, so we had about 20 minutes. But say something, you know, to the people. Wrap it up. Let everybody know what's your plan, what's your mission focus, and how we can help. What you kind of touched on all that already, but give them a nice little wrap up. Say something to whoever you want to say something. Shout out Free. Everybody back to field.
Right. Well, man, I just want to say, man, just support like our youth, our young men out here. You know, just let's empower them. Let's give them some hope. Let's give them imagery, man. Let's if you got something going on that's positive, man, don't keep it in. You know, I know you're working hard on yourself and your book, because this society now is all about self-love, this, and selfies.
Yeah.
But man, give some of that back to your people, man. Just come out and just support. Just show them that, hey, yeah, I did this, you can do this, because that's all some of them need.
Right.
You know, that's why my organization was formed, man, to show them the concrete roads are roads that grew from the concrete. You know, that don't supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to happen.
Right.
But I did. So if I did, they can.
Right.
So so just support, man. That's about it, man.
Give them your number one more time.
843-647-8488.
Perfect. If y'all want to get in touch with Darryl, y'all heard his number. If you want to help him, text him, hit me up, or do whatever you need. I'm gonna try to get this man a building so we can change this whole city, dog. That's what our plan is, and that's what we're gonna do. Right? Well, I appreciate you coming out for this podcast.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
No problem, dog. No problem. And you welcome to come back anytime you want.
Right.
You know?
Get my boys in here, man. Get a couple of my boys. They'll be awesome. They'll love me coming in.
Bring them.
They'll love
We
me
can come
coming
to the pool. You know, every weekend we got the pool popping, but you know, it ain't really that much space to run around, but we can do something, man.
I'll get some of my boys, especially school just out. Some of them just graduated, 5th grade graduated. I'll tell them, come on in here.
Out.
I'll bring them over here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
come on out. We got the computer, we got the pool, we got the grill.
And you can talk to them.
I'm down.
That'll be awesome.
down.
Talk to some of them.
I'm down.
Oh man.
You still you work on that other thing we talked about, right? That doc.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That definitely is in the making. I'm waiting on you with that. I'm ready.
So I want to get some of them boys in that.
Oh yeah, you got to talk to some so you can really hear it, because people don't want to get down to dirt. You got to get, if you want to help, I always say this, you got to help. It's better to help from the inside out.
Right.
Everybody trying to help from the outside in. It's hard. You don't know what's going on in there.
You're right.
You got to get down. If you want help, you got to come in the hood. You got to come down there so you can see what's up.
Right.
You can't help from the outside looking in. You don't even know what you're doing. It's almost like you shooting at a moving target. You don't even know. What you're trying to help, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to help.
You're right. You made a perfect point, though. You got to hit the devil back, though. You know, that's what you got to hit that bitch head on. And that's what we're going to do. And like I said, man, if you want to bring the kids by anytime, dog. Usually I'm free during the weekends, but you know I coach soccer too, so we're in the fields or we doing whatever. But man, if you want any kind of inspiration for them boys, dog, I'm down.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it.
And well, I appreciate it, though. Let's wrap up this, and I'll get the editing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll catch you later, bro.